This is a regular meeting of the City Council. This is the City of Waverly in the great state of Iowa. Today is Monday, June 2nd, and this meeting is called to order. If you are watching the score at home, a winning hand today is 5-0. We have 2 council people absent. Councilperson Birgen is out of state. Councilperson Drenkow is convalescing from surgery, but I want to send out, because I know he's listening, I want to send out my warmest greetings to Rod and Bonnie. Tonight is their 50th wedding anniversary, and they are spending it watching City Council on YouTube. Therefore, would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Members of the council, your city clerk has prepared an agenda for tonight. I would welcome a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? This is a voice vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That was unanimous. Members of the council, you have before you a set of minutes prepared by our city clerk. Could I have a motion?
I'll move approval of the May 19th, 2025 regular meeting minutes as presented. Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? This is a voice vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That was unanimous. We have a new guest council person for the entire month of June. Welcome, Nick. Dr. Rathe, would you introduce your guest, please?
I will. This is Nick Nedza. He is in charge of the EMS service at Waverly Health Center. And under his leadership, they recently were awarded a statewide award for excellence. So congratulations on that. He also has the honor of having a father-in-law, late father-in-law, that was my elementary school principal, Nate Frazee, who was an awesome principal. So welcome, Nick.
Thank you.
Welcome, Nick. We'll call on you at the end of the meeting for any comments you might have.
Okay.
We'll turn to item F, and this is public hearings. This is the date, the time, and the place for a public hearing for review of the plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimated cost for construction of the Waverly Aquatic Center project. The mayor and city council will entertain any comments. After all comments, the hearing will be declared closed, and the following action will be considered. Madam Clerk, have you received any written or oral comments?
I have not, Your Honor.
Is there anyone in the audience who would rise to speak to this? I see none. This public hearing is closed. I would accept a motion.
I move approval of Resolution 25-81, a resolution approving the plans, specifications, form of contract, and estimated costs for construction of the Waverly Aquatic Center project.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So, all right, friends, this will be a roll call vote.
I just had a couple of questions. On the plans, where is the turf area? Is that like artificial turf within the pool area or turf repair outside or?
So it'll be artificial turf inside the pool area on the pool deck. There'll be like a, for lack of better terms, a hill that'll provide seating. You can lay on it, whatever you prefer. It'll be on the north side of the pool deck, the northwest side.
Okay. And where is concessions going to be?
Concessions would be on the far east side.
East, okay.
Yep, towards where the Kids Kingdom playground is.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. And I just want to clarify, there's been rumors all over town that we're tearing down Kids Kingdom this summer, so we are not doing that. It's going to be in place.
I give up.
Any other questions, comments, or discussion of any kind, council?
Just I guess, with this is a long time coming. I guess a couple concerns that I have. One is just making sure we've got enough room in there for cost overruns, which unfortunately seem to be more common than not, with what we've got. And then the other was just, I still wish there was some way we could have done some sort of fundraising or something with the public to get the public engaged beyond just the bonding, but
Kind of tagging on to Tim's first comment, I did have I guess 2 quick questions. Where there are strike-throughs in here, can you explain those? Like, is that just like we took a template and then those parts we're not using now, or were those things that were negotiated?
I don't know if you want to speak to that, Garrett, or I will.
Well, I was gonna say, the strike-throughs, they use basically a template for all of their, different projects that they have. And so, yeah, that's what the strike-throughs are, is just stuff that was not detrimental to our project.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
And then my second question was, given the volatility of the market right now, is their bid, I mean, we know we're gonna have some unknowns, like what they find when they start doing the demolition and stuff like that, and that could cause changes to the cost, but in terms of just the basic plans, are they locked into the price that they have given us in their bid? Like if materials go up and so on?
That's what you're about to do tonight, is lock in this contract at that price.
So once we approve this, then whatever materials costs due, that's on the contractor.
That's my understanding of it. The gentleman here from Woodruff, if they'd like to respond, but that is our general understanding. That's why we're locking this contract in tonight. They will get started soon after. And then we will start to build this summer and pour all through the summer, fall, and into the winter if necessary. There is some contingency built in for the unknown, but again, that's with any project this size, you're gonna have some of that. But I believe, I don't know if you want to respond at all, Aaron, either one.
Aaron, you'll need to stand up here so we can see and hear you. Thank you. Identify yourself and then go ahead.
John Mallon, with Northeast Region President for Woodruff Construction. To comment on that, I haven't seen the full contract, but usually you guys are covered for any price escalations that would happen, and then we would in turn put that towards our suppliers and our subcontractors. So anything that would be known at bid time would be covered. If there's things that happen with tariffs, that's kind of in the past now a little bit, and it's more of a known thing. But anything of that matter would be covered, assuming we lock in things tonight. So,
Thank you.
yep.
And have you built other aquatic centers that are similar?
Yeah, we did one in Hubbard. We did a large splash pad at Gates Park in Waterloo. We're doing a pool down in Mount Vernon right now. So we have several different projects that we have experience with, and then our subcontractor bases also have a pretty lengthy experience, especially our pool subcontractor.
Good.
So yeah.
Well, we're excited to get it going.
A quick question, are you guys in Waterloo but based out of Fort Dodge?
Yeah, so everything, a lot of stuff that we have says it's based out of Fort Dodge. That's where we register, say, our vehicles, and that's where our original office was. We have 5 locations throughout the state. We're in Fort Dodge, Ames, Iowa City, Waterloo, and Spencer. We run each of our locations as if they're kind of our own companies. And so the people that you're talking to right now, I live just outside Janesville. Aaron's going to be the project manager. He lives 3 blocks from where the pool's at. And our superintendent lives in Denver, and the guys that are going to be on the project are local guys. So we're not bringing over people from Fort Dodge or anything like that. We've been local here, and we've been here since 2014. And so yeah, great question.
Great.
Best case scenario, when will you start?
Well, so we get the contract, and in the process, we got to get subcontracts out, and one of those is our site and our site demolition, site utilities guy. So I would say within, what would that be, probably a couple weeks. I think we're targeting towards the end of June to be there, starting to remove the building and starting to get demo going. So there's a little bit of some clerical work on our end. We got to get those contracts in place before we can have them on site. There's some legal things and safety things that we have to make sure we're taking care of. We're going to have a pre-construction meeting with the folks that are going to be managing this for the city to make sure all of our ducks in a row first. So I know everybody's chomping at the bit, and we want to get started too, because the timelines, we've got sun and nice weather right now, but there are some things up front with the contract that we'll have to get in place, but we are going to start this month. So
Great. We're going to need a lot of lifeguards next summer. So if you're a student, or if you're a teacher, or if you're retired, if you go over to the W and get your certification, next summer you'd be pretty easy to find a job, as long as you can swim. Any other questions, comments of any kind, council? This is a roll call vote.
Wolff.
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes.
Meyers.
Yes.
Kangas.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
That was 5-0, which is unanimous. We'll move on to 1A. This is Resolution 2582, a resolution awarding the Waverly Aquatic Center Project to Woodruff Construction of Waterloo, Iowa. I'd be happy to receive a motion.
I would move approval of Resolution 2582, a resolution awarding the Waverly Aquatic Center project to Woodruff Construction of Waterloo, Iowa, for the amount of $8,128,800, which includes the base bid, alternate number 1 splash pad, alternate number 2 turf area, and alternate number 3 pool area lighting.
Second.
Any more discussion? You ready to vote? Carla, let's have a roll call vote.
Rathe.
Yes.
Meyers.
Yes.
Kangas.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Wolff.
Yes.
That was unanimous. 1B. Resolution 2583, a resolution approving contract, bonds, and certificate of insurance from Woodruff Construction and authorizing the mayor to sign the contract. Can I have a motion?
I'll move approval of Resolution 25-83, a resolution approving contract, bonds, and certificate of insurance from Woodruff Construction of Waterloo, Iowa, and authorizing the mayor to sign the contract.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Any? Let's have a roll call vote.
Meyers.
Yes.
Kangas.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Wolff.
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes.
That was unanimous. Thank you. Item 2. Now, this is the date, the time, and the place for a public hearing on Ordinance 1168, an ordinance rezoning multiple properties to U1, environmentally sensitive, and amending the zoning map. The mayor and city council will entertain any comments. After all comments, the hearing will be declared closed and the following action will be considered. City clerk, have you received any written or oral comments?
I have not, Your Honor.
Is there anyone in the audience who would like to rise to speak to Ordinance 1168? I see none. This public hearing is now closed. Can I have a motion?
Move to approve the second reading of ordinance 1168, an ordinance rezoning multiple properties to U1 environmentally sensitive and amending the zoning map.
Second.
Any discussion? You appear ready to vote. Carla, let's do a roll call vote.
Kangas.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Wolff.
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes.
Meyers.
Yes.
That was 5-0, passed unanimously. Item G. Now is the time for public comments on items not on the agenda. Does anyone wish to speak to anything which is not currently on the agenda? I see no one rising, so we'll move to item H, the consent calendar. You have in front of you, my friends, a whole bunch of items. We've got 13. So, can I have a motion?
I'd move approval of the consent calendar as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Anything you want pulled out? Then we'll take the whole batch at once, and this is a voice vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That passed unanimously. Friends, we're now on item J, which is regular business. Item 1. Resolution 2584, a resolution fixing the date for a public hearing on proposed vacation of the right-of-way located adjacent to the intersection of 16th Avenue Southwest and 8th Street Southwest, and setting a public hearing. You have a motion?
I'll move to approve Resolution 25-84, a resolution fixing date for a public hearing on the proposed vacation of right-of-way located adjacent to the intersection of 16th Avenue Southwest and 8th Street Southwest, and setting June 16th, 2025 at 7 p.m. in the council chambers at City Hall as the date, time, and place for a public hearing.
Second.
We're on the table. Any discussion? None? All right, let's have a roll call vote.
Jones.
Yes.
Wolff.
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Kangas.
Yes.
That passed unanimously, taking us to item 2. Resolution 2583. This is a resolution accepting the Civic Center flooring replacement project as complete and approving final payment to B&J Flooring. Can I have a motion?
I'll move approval of Resolution 25-85, a resolution accepting the Civic Center flooring replacement project as complete and approving pay request number 1 as the final payment to B&J Flooring of Waverly, Iowa in the amount of $7,046.06.
Second.
All right, any discussion?
How did it turn out?
It's really pretty.
Very nice. Very nice. We had a lot of cracked tile, a lot of exposed areas that are crumbling, and this cleared it out, put it down very nicely, and it just looks brand new, so
Good,
went very, very well.
that's great.
Anything else? Any other discussion or questions? Madam Clerk, this is a roll call vote.
Wolff.
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes,
Myers.
Yes.
Kangas.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
That passed unanimously. That takes us to item 3. We're now at Resolution 2586, a resolution accepting the dedication of public improvements, sewer, water, and storm sewer infrastructure, and 2 declarations of easements for Karstensen Drive in the Lenore Estates Edition. Can I have a motion?
I'll move approval of Resolution 25-86, a resolution accepting the dedication of public improvements, sewer, water, and storm sewer infrastructure, and 2 declarations of easements for Karstensen Drive in the Lenore Estates Edition.
Second.
Any discussion?
Could we just have a little background about this? That would be helpful.
We've been working on this one for quite a while. Over the years, we've always had discrepancies on who took care of this. I know we've had a couple water leaks, and we've always maintained this area, clean the water, clean the sewers, and then flush the water mains. Been working with the Lenore Estates group there to get this accepted, just because this would be a good connection point for us to connect the loop in the water for the at Fifth Avenue. This was started in '94. It was in a couple sections. I cannot answer why it was never accepted originally when it was completed, but it was done to city specifications. It met all the standards at that time and now. So we're just looking to accept this so we can maintain it going forward. The agreement, if you do notice, it does have a 4-year agreement. In 4 years, if there was a problem or a leak or a sewer repair needed, we would do the work, and any site restoration would be done by them. It's typical of any other agreement we had of 4 years time frame, as any other new subdivision or any other utility that we accept.
But the street is still their responsibility.
Correct.
And I noticed, at least in our packet, one of the documents was not signed.
They're all now.
It's all done now?
Anything else, council? You appear ready to vote. Carla, let's have a roll call vote.
Wolff.
Yes.
Rathe.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Kangas.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
That was 5-0. That passed unanimously. We're on item 4. We are now at a second reading of Ordinance 1164, an ordinance amending Appendix E, traffic regulations to the Waverly Municipal Code of Ordinances by adding, removing, or editing certain traffic control devices. Can I have a motion?
I move to approve the second reading of ordinance 1164, an ordinance amending Appendix E, traffic regulations to the Waverly Municipal Code of Ordinances by adding, removing, or editing certain traffic control devices as shown in the ordinance.
Second.
Any discussion? We looked at this a couple weeks ago. No discussion? You're approving the second reading. Carla, roll call vote.
Rathe.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Kangas.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Wolff.
Yes.
That passed unanimously, taking us to item 5, approval of the mayoral appointments. Can I have a motion?
Would move approve the following mayoral appointment. Tom Engelbrecht to be appointed to the Waverly Municipal Airport Commission to fill a vacancy for a term ending May 1st, 2029.
Second.
Thank you. This is a voice vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Tom is approved unanimously. There you have 2 reports from boards and commissions, Law Enforcement Board and the Senior Center. Any questions? James, do your staff have any updates?
We have nothing tonight, sir.
Okay. City Council comments.
Nothing tonight.
Wow.
I would like to just encourage everyone to shop locally and to be patronizing our downtown businesses. It's been a tough slog since the bridge closed, and it's not getting any easier for our business people downtown. And now, as we all know, we've got a more prolonged ETA on the bridge, and it's pretty critical that we patronize those businesses so that they'll still be here when the bridge opens. So please, everybody, do your part if you can.
Thank you. Councilperson Kangas.
I was gonna kind of echo that, but also kind of remind people, while, yes, the pool is going to be under construction, we do have plenty of other amenities in town for people. Kids Kingdom will still be there. There may be some fencing to keep you away from the construction of the pool, but Kids Kingdom will be there. The golf course is open and available for people, and we have, I want to say hundreds of parks, but not quite hundreds, we're close, but I've got plenty of parks, rail trail, free activities that people can enjoy, the outdoors, summertime in Waverly. It's a wonderful town to be in, enjoy the river, the water events that way. And in another year, we'll have a pool to join with the opportunities.
Thank you. Councilperson Rathe.
I want to thank everybody that helped put the flags up and take them down at the cemetery. Everything looked beautiful, and to the cemetery staff for mowing and trimming and all the maintenance they do. I also want to thank the Veterans Post. They did a really nice Memorial Day presentation. And to Dr. Lindell for presenting. It was really a nice remembrance. The Coleman Park City Band concerts start this Thursday night, so hopefully we'll have good weather. And the Pride Float is also that night. Jen was telling me about logistics for that. So hopefully those events will be well attended.
Thank you. Councilperson Wolff.
Yes, the Pride Float is going on Thursday night with registration 6:30 to 7:30 at the Waverly Vets Post, and at 7:30 then going down to Coleman Park. So hopefully the folks will be able to enjoy the lights as people float down the river as the concert is ending. Also wanted to say I will be at the library from 10:30 to 12 on Saturday for any, to discuss any city business.
Thank you. Guest Councilperson Nesna. Do you have any comments tonight, sir?
I don't, except to thank you all for your continued support of EMS in Waverly. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That takes us to the mayor's comments. The First Lady and I are overjoyed to share the wonderful news that our only child and her husband are expecting a baby this fall. As we prepare to welcome this new addition to our family, we have made the heartfelt decision that sometime in the future, we will relocate outside of Waverly so that we can be closer to them during this exciting new chapter. As a result, I will not seek re-election as your mayor. This was not an easy choice. Serving as your mayor has been one of the greatest honors of my lifetime. I have deeply enjoyed working alongside such a vibrant and caring community and such a professional staff. I'm making this announcement now, following Memorial Day, as this is the campaign season officially begins. For those considering a run for mayor, now is the time to talk to your loved ones, to assemble a campaign team, and to begin fundraising. I wholeheartedly encourage you to step forward. Waverly is a remarkable community filled with wonderful people and boundless potential. I am confident that even greater things lie ahead for this town, but only if we can be nice. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move that we adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor, voice vote, please say aye.
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 We are adjourned.